served on the local town council. That is where the rubber hits the road, toughest job in, actually Board of Ed might even be tougher, but Board of Ed and town councils and first selectmen, you know, hats off to you because it is tough. And I will, just to use an example, there are 13 federally licensed firearm dealers who are responsible for 13,000 guns that have been tracked to crimes in the last year. Those people ought to have their licenses yanked. And they ought to have their cache of weapons confiscated because they've been breaking the law. And I suspect I would get agreement in this room that we ought to do that. And I don't know why we're not doing that. Right? So again, this is part of learning. You're right, it is time consuming, as I'm sure the woman back would say, to get one of these dealer licenses, and it should mean something, and we should make sure that people who are abusing it lose their ability to use it, and that they aren't allowed to sell their weapons however they want to, which is currently the law, and that makes no sense. So we need to be smart about what we do. We need to be smart about what we do.
Yeah, I think we've actually run out of time.
We have one more.
So I don't know if you want to make any closing comments or...
Well, I'm going to say again, we could be here all night. We could be here all night. Yeah. But everyone can have this one.
Can I just say quickly, I'm a teacher in the state also, have been for 35 years, and we recently got a security guard in our building following the tragedy at Sandy Hook. He is unarmed. So I question what value he would have for us, number one. My classroom is right across from the main office, so I figure I'd be the first one to go if something terrible happened at our school. And everybody here knows, the criminals especially know that schools are gun-free zones. So schools, I believe, sadly, will continue to be targets as long as that's the case. The second thing is people have expressed a lack of faith, confidence in the government to take care of this problem. And I don't know as much probably as many of the people in this room do about guns, but time after time after time on the news, I hear errors, lies, misinformation from people in the government. They'll have senators on TV, they'll have congressional representatives on TV, quoting facts that I, even with my limited knowledge, know are not facts. And it's really disconcerting to know that these are the people who are supposedly looking out for us, and many of them do not have the correct information. So if they don't even know what they're talking about, how are they supposed to take care of things and deal with the problem?
Speak.
Well, that's a perfect way to end, because it's part of the reason it's so important to have citizen conversation, get information. If you have studies or information, more follow-up you want to share with me, please get it to me, because I do think it's incredibly important as elected officials, as citizens of these United States, that we work together to try to solve problems, and we can only do it with good information. And we're not entitled to our own facts. You know, there are facts, and facts are facts, and those are what we need to deal with. So again, I want to thank you all very much for being part of this first conversation. I appreciate your patience and your commitment. And look forward to seeing all of you. Please continue to share information. These are really, really important decisions, and your feedback is very, very important to try to do better for this country. Thank you very much. Sorry, we got it. Excuse me. Can you close one second?
1 second.
Just one more.
I'm Jim Gaskell. I'm a
Folks,
select.
hang on.
I'm a select in Newtown. And I just wanted to thank you for having this hearing, everybody. I am a gun owner. I do shoot. I do own rifles. My son here with me shoots. I do have confidence that Congress will come up with meaningful gun legislation. It'll be amenable.
Watch the camera.
It'll be workable.
I want to go get a close-up.
Thank you, Jim. And if you folks don't know, Jim, he has been helping to coordinate a lot of the relief efforts for the town of Newtown, you know, and again, for all you folks who are in local government and boards and commissions, we really appreciate. We know it's particularly challenging for you with what we're facing right now in our community. Thank you. And thanks to the folks in Newtown in particular who shared with us tonight.